What it is, what it is. Let's get it. Uncle Turtle's on the ground. What up, Infamous? Here we go, here we go.
Man, I'll be digging it. They say I can't rap because of what color
There's
my
Knuckles,
baby is. I
Jim Bader.
sales in half. Show 'em what the vision is. Money stacked for me high. You just mad at me, why?
Yeah, yeah. No worries.
I was knee high.
Terry, Sean Paris and the Easy, American Dipper,
Wrote this whole album wearing red wings and
Levi's.
Who your favorite rapper
Angela.
is? I'm the only one with balls.
Let's bring Nuck in here. Haley Riggs. What up, Knuckles?
What's up, brother?
Oh,
How you doing?
Wading through the bullshit like everybody else, man.
Let me turn this up a little bit. How's my audio, man?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, I'm on an iPad, so
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. I don't go live on Instagram very often, and I go live. I'm a stream guy, you know what I mean? So I use my computer for everything. So I have a really crappy phone. Like I still have an iPhone 8.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I'll put Instagram on the iPad real quick and see how that rolls.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, eventually, once I get through the interviews that I've got scheduled, which I've got interviews scheduled all the way through March.
I've seen.
That's
good.
I'm excited about that. But by then, I'm going to be running through OBS.
Yeah.
And having to make it'll look a lot better. The audio will be better, everything. So
yeah, for sure.
But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we got kind of on a tangent right there. This is Knuckles, my man from Lawton, Oklahoma. I've got a connection in Lawton, Oklahoma. Or
who's your connection?
But we'll talk about that in just a second.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Knuckles, introduce yourself. Tell them about you.
Okay, so yep, I'm from Lawton, Oklahoma. I am a country rap artist. I have been in the game now for about 6 years. I first got a little bit of notice in 2015 when I put out a song called Cowboy Boots and Shorts.
We're going to play that one later.
We're going to play that, I'm sure, yeah. So that track went viral on Facebook and got 6 million views in like 2 weeks and got me a lot of attention, you know, so I didn't really know what to do. Like really going viral is crazy. Like my phone literally was just like notifications run, like it was crazy, you know what I mean? The first time I ever had it was wild, you know, like but yeah, so that's like the only reason I'm really known. I've never really toured or anything like that because I'm a family man. I got 5 kids and a wife and a day job, you know what I mean? But this is the type of music that I like to make. You know, I've been making it for a little bit. I'm gonna be honest with you, about 5 or 6 years ago, there wasn't a lot of people making good, you know, country rap, in quotes, if you will. So I'm happy to see the way that it's grown. I really think this next year is gonna be big for the genre.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm definitely excited to be here and to be pushing as hard as I am this year, you know, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's me in a nutshell as far as my career and why people know me here in country rap.
I'm not even sure how I got hooked up with you. I can't remember that path. You know what I mean? Like most people,
I never can
be like, oh, I met them because this person and this, but I don't know how
I think I might have seen you interacting with Jake, maybe with Honest.
Oh, okay.
Possibly. Because I found, so it's funny, I told you how I found Honest was, from Arctic Kicks, I found Dylan Talks, and then from Dylan, I found Honest, and then I started talking to Honest, and then we chop it up pretty good now. So yeah. It's funny, and I like to support, like I've reached out to a lot of people because, I have a decent platform on some of these social media sites, And so I've really been trying to offer as much help as I can to these people
Yeah.
who are just trying to help the genre as a total, you know, like countryrapnews.com, Dylan Talks, you know, these people who are just trying to get it out there more. I want to try to help that too, you know what I mean, as much as I can. So
yeah, and that's kind of why I'm doing what this has evolved into, is I want to interview people that are in the game, and even like, I mean, I want to talk to artists. Obviously, you're an artist, but I talk to Justin Orrick, who's on.
Yeah. I love Justin Orrick, man. He's my favorite person I follow right now because he's every day he's posting inspirational stuff, dude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And I don't follow a lot of inspirational people because I follow a lot of rappers.
Yeah. But he's you know, behind the scenes on the business end of it.
I already know.
And then having producers on like Bobby
Briscoe
and artists that I think are like Domain, to me, is so creative and so slept on.
Yeah, very cool. That was a very cool interview too.
Yeah, he's an awesome guy, man. He's awesome. But then I've got like Drake McGuire coming on, he wears a lot of different hats.
He film makes too, right? He does some videos and stuff. Yeah.
He was Leroy Biggs' tour manager last year.
Okay.
He does a lot of stuff with Mako Music and like FJ Outlaw, Savannah Dexter, Brother.
Yeah, I love FJ, man. FJ Outlaw is one of my favorite artists. Yeah.
And then I got Drewby. He's another artist.
I've just recently learned about Drewby. I like him though, man. He's got an interesting style about himself. Yeah.
Oh, I just did a verse on one of his songs. He was supposed to be on his album. It was me, Drewby, me, Matt Towns.
Okay.
Is on it. And this guy named Realism. And Realism is different than anybody I've ever seen. I mean, he's like,
I never heard of him.
But the song is unbelievable, in my opinion. So, but anyway, he didn't put it on his album. He wants to wait and make it the title track of the next album, I think, or something like that.
Okay.
But I can't wait for that to come out because it's awesome. But anyway, I've got cowboy boots and shorts up right now. So
okay,
I'm just gonna let this whole song play because it's a fun song.
It is a fun song.
And
I will tell you this, man. 6-year-olds, 4 to 6, well, probably less, probably 3 to 6-year-olds. Man, this is their jam, bro.
But that's awesome, though. You know.
I mean, but you know, little kids, like, they run around in cowboy boots all the time. Like, they always want to wear their cowboy boots. You know what I mean? So like, it becomes.
I've got 3 kids, and we live in Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
We went through boots like.
Yeah, you already know. Yeah.
We start looking out for people who had kids like a year or two older, because they'll go through cowboy good boots will last forever. And so then, you know, kids have boots and then they can only wear them for a year, and then they've still got 20 years left in them. So we always scope those people out. And the whole community almost.
You pass the boots around.
All right. So,
okay.
Cowboy boots and shorts. And this is a very appropriate song for where I live too. Because I live in Northwest Kansas, farm community, you know.
Right. Country.
So I relate to this song on that level. Got to get past this ad. You guys in your monetized channels.
Sorry.
One day I'll have that.
In my cowboy boots and shorts.
Hey, it's got a dope video too.
Yeah, it was good.
It's summertime in Oklahoma. The sun shining so grab a cold on a Bud Light or a Gold Corona. Just don't lie. You want to grab the girls and hit the lake. Get some smokes, get some drink, get the boat, fill the tank, get the holes, and get the bank. Gas fishing, do my own thing, no ass kissing, no some style or fashion. But my area give me that traction. My passion is rapping. rapping, I'm smashing and thrashing like catfish and rapids. Disaster when I'm attacking. And with the hillbillies with my hands on. I'm a handsome man on that damn water. I figure like manslaughter and cowboy boots with no pants on. I'm that awesome in my Nike shorts, looking like I took Mike to court. I might be that unlikely sort, I might be sport, but I'm Knuckles, I'm like a sport, just a mixture of two things. I'm what happens when Merle Haggard mixes in my head with 2 chains. I'll change your mind like boomerangs. I'm a cowboy boots about to do things. I'm a big bitch that is small, so I'm on top of that boom. Get changed, you know. My cowboy boots and shorts, my cowboy boots and shorts, and my cowboy boots and shorts. When I can jump off in a bitch hole, in my cowboy boots and shorts, in my cowboy boots and shorts, in my cowboy boots and shorts. The furthest thing from official, in my cowboy boots and shorts, in my cowboy boots and shorts, in my cowboy boots and shorts. But I got to keep it real, so I wear cowboy boots and shorts. I wear cowboy boots and shorts. I wear cowboy boots and shorts. Boots check, shorts check, stepping out the door like a vortex, revving up the Chevy with a vortex. Girls nowadays they want more sex, appeal for real, they want more pecs, they want more arms, they want more legs. A little bit of visual foreplay, got them tipping for the next door. It's like I'm a weirdo, getting cool and keeping that beer cold. I'm lakeside by the campfire, fishing all night like a vampire. I can't retire, I stay grinding like my Justin Boots, I stay shining. I practice my art and I rap with my heart, so you know every day that I stay rhyming. I hate mine, it can move along. I do my own thing, I can't do it wrong. So don't tell me how to dress or try to tell me how to do a song. I'm proving wrong. Naysayers still love God, so I can't favor him. My boots are short with a I'm calling it insane. Get like a weirdo. In my cowboy boots and shorts, in my cowboy boots and shorts, in my cowboy boots and shorts. When I can jump off in a bitch hole. In my cowboy boots and shorts, in my cowboy boots and shorts, in my cowboy boots and shorts. The furthest thing from official. In my cowboy boots and shorts, in my cowboy boots and shorts, in my cowboy boots and shorts. But I got to keep it real, so I wear cowboy boots and shorts. I wear cowboy boots and shorts. I wear cowboy boots and shorts.
Welcome to the future.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's up.
That's such a fun song, bro. That's just like the video. It's party at the lake with your buddies.
Yeah, that's how it came about. So I'll tell the story of that song. So some of my songs I write and some of my songs write themselves. And this one was, I spent most of that summer at the lake. My son had just been born. He was a baby, man. My youngest. I got 5 kids. And my youngest had just been born, and he was chill. Like he just laid in his crib. You know what I mean? So we spent almost the whole summer at the lake just fishing and stuff. And like I would have shorts on, and I would just have my boots on because I would take my stuff off. I'd be in the water a bunch, you know what I mean? But then I would just throw my boots on or something to run up to like the store to get some bait, some worms or something, you know what I mean? And it was just like, man, cowboy boots and shorts that summer just became a thing. I was constantly in cowboy boots and shorts. And it's just, I said the line, I was like, I'd be looking like a weirdo in my cowboy boots and shorts. And I was like, man, that's kind of funny. Yeah, and it kind of stuck in my head. And I started playing with it, and I was going back and forth. I had the hook for a little bit. I went to for my producer, Future, and I was like, hey, man, listen to this. I got this stuck in my head. And I spit it, you know what I mean? He was like, oh, man, go in the booth. And like I went in there and just to a metronome, I recorded that. And then he built the beat around the hook. And I took it home and wrote the 2 verses and came back. And then the rest is history, you know what I mean? So, and it's been my biggest song, obviously, you know, to date. So,
yeah. And you had a sequel to it. So, isn't it still in?
yeah, still Cowboy Boots and Shorts.
Yeah,
it's on my latest album that came out December 20th.
That's the rodeo, right?
Yeah, the rodeo.
Yeah, I'm gonna play my favorite song off of that.
Favorite song off the rodeo. I'm interested to see what your favorite song off the rodeo is. It's a good mix of music on there, man. It's a wide-ranging album, man.
I couldn't, and it's huge. How many tracks are on that?
13. Yeah, but the way I looked at it was, okay, so I hadn't put an album out in 4 years. You know what I mean? I hadn't put a full album out. I put out a couple songs and did some features, but I really did my day job, man. I went back to work and took my career seriously, so I kind of put rap on the back burner until my dad died, and then that changed some things. But so I decided that I wanted, because everybody does 10 tracks. Like 10 tracks is an album now, but I also wanted an intro and an outro, and I wanted to skit, man.
Right.
Nobody does skits anymore. You know what I mean? So I was like, well, if I do that, I still want to give 10 full tracks. So I was like 13 then. 13 was my dad's favorite number. 13 is my favorite number. You know, my dad passed away. A lot of the music on this album is for my dad. You know, so like it just was fitting that I did 13. So that's how it is. It's 13 tracks on the album, yeah.
Well, I've been listening through it several times just in preparation to talk to you, and like
Right.
I said, man, like it there's so many different kinds of music on here.
I appreciate it.
Each song has a different feel to it. There's country songs on here. There's everything. But this one is my favorite.
Okay.
Only because, it's this one and
God, look now.
I can't remember what the other one was. But this one I think as far as you rapping, blew me away.
Really?
This one is my favorite one.
All you need to launch a cult skate lab.
Is that a commercial?
Yeah, it was the commercial. The commercial's freaking awesome.
Space
Sorry.
line
Great
store.
commercial. Check out what I'm drinking, dude. This is Oklahoma small batch, dude. Oklahoma Crown Club.
Does that have anything to do with Crown?
No, well, okay, so have you ever heard of Texas Crown?
No.
Okay, well, Texas Crown is a Canadian blended whiskey. Like anything Crown is like Canadian whiskey. I like Canadian whiskey. I drink Pendleton. Pendleton is my favorite.
Yeah.
But I found this, and it's a special small batch blended by the same company. They're out of Houston, but it's the Oklahoma version. So it's Oklahoma Crown. So it's a very small batch. It's really nice bottle. You know, it's kind of expensive, but it's very good. Very good Canadian whiskey if you like Canadian whiskey.
Well, I grew up in Kentucky, so I'm kind
Okay.
of partial to Kentucky bourbon.
So you're a bourbon guy. See,
Yeah.
My dad was a bourbon guy. I don't like sour mash as much. I do drink it, but I'm more of a sweet whiskey guy.
Mhm.
So, you know, my show on Thursdays, we drink. So that's like our thing on
Dude,
Thursdays.
you guys drink.
What's
Your
Thursdays, man?
Your wife is a trip, bro. Is a trip.
Yeah,
I
she's
love
awesome,
watching. I love the fact that she does reactions after Thirsty Thursday because she's ripped.
Oh yeah, it's great.
And
She's gonna get back on it. I just bought some new equipment. I got a new microphone and I'm getting a new camera. We're trying to get new setup stuff going. So she's gonna try to do those more consistently.
nice.
Yeah, she's hilarious, right? When she's drunk, bro.
Dude, her jerseyness comes out.
Absolutely.
Her attitude, dude, she's got such she's just an attitude, man. Like
It's
she's
the
a
truth.
personality like no other.
She is. She's watching right now, I'm sure.
Yeah, she was saying that it wasn't a crib, it was a pack and play that your baby was in.
She was commenting. I can't see any comments.
Oh, you can't?
No, I guess it's because I'm on an iPad or something.
Yeah.
I didn't realize people were probably commenting the whole time.
Well, sometimes the comments, I had to kick some people because they
Yeah. Last week when I was on here, I was watching you and
Yeah.
Bobby, man. There was like spammers up in here, and bro, they came right back on a different account. I was like, dang,
Yeah.
they're serious with the spamming.
And they're here every time. I'm surprised they're not here now, except
That's wild, man. That's crazy.
I kicked them, so maybe they learned their lesson.
That's funny.
Anyway, this is my favorite song off the.
All right, let's get it.
I'm not even going to tell you what it is because you're going to know as soon as I play it.
Okay.
My belt focus shine bright. My belt focus shine bright. My boots muddy, my pants dirty.
A lot of people like this one.
My belt focus shine bright. My belt focus shine bright.
You spit really hard on this, bro.
I appreciate it.
Bob's Vagine. What is she talking about? Bob's. Did you mean say vagina?
That's what the Indian guys say when they say boobs and vagina. They say bobs and vagine. They always say stuff like that in their videos.
I'm a white boy. Says jeans and a
I want to get to this part. I want to get this part where you start just spitting, bro.
Friday nights at the rodeo. Saturday hit the do-si-do. We work hard and we play hard and we don't fall for the okey doke. I'm proud to say I'm an okie doke. Where we sip and shine and we smoke and smoke. Where we get it fast and we roll it slow and we always glow where we're supposed to glow. My belt buckle shine bright. My belt buckle shine bright. My boots muddy, my pants dirty. My belt buckle shine bright. My belt buckle shine bright. My belt buckle shine bright. I don't want mine, I know you want mine. My belt buckle shine bright. My belt buckle shine bright. My belt buckle shine bright. My boots muddy, my pants dirty. My belt buckle shine bright. My belt buckle shine bright. My belt buckle shine bright. I don't want mine, I know you want mine. My belt buckle shine bright. If my boots shine and my buckle shine and my chain shine and knuckles kinda blind and I'm one of a kind and not hard to find, cause anywhere you find me, know I'm proudly rhyming. Give a dime, call it
Right here.
and then I made her mine. I call it perfect timing. Then I hit the highway cause I did it my way. Always been an outlaw, I'll hit their sirens. They can't stop the shine. And once again, it's knuckles.
Yeah.
On my buckles cause I use
That-
my muscles,
that-
I use my muscles. Now,
That little section.
First right here, shit.
Yeah,
you know it's
I appreciate it.
my fan base going double. The way you watch my waistline glowing bubbles. Girl, I see you staring at my big old buckle. Buckle shine bright.
Everybody loves that last line on the second verse.
Huh?
That last line on the second verse, everybody loves that shit because it's funny.
Yeah.
I see you staring at my big old buckle.
No, like, I mean, you were like, you had some Eminem type flow going on that, the first half of that second verse.
hmm
I love that. Like,
Dude, have you seen my animated music video for Oklahoma Horror
Home
Story?
Horror Show, yeah.
Yeah, okay. 'Cause that's my favorite song I ever did, man. 'Cause I chopped that thing to pieces. I was just rapping hard. I really liked that. You know, like I learned something. I learned is that I make music for different reasons for different people. Sometimes I make music because I have to express, you know, what, like the song for my dad or something has to come out.
Right.
Sometimes I make it for my fans. Like I've learned to make some countryer songs that my fans are gonna like.
Mhm.
And then sometimes I make it because I want to rap. You know what I mean? I just want to rap because I love to rap, and I've been rapping my whole life. You know, so there's a different, you know, and that shows the differences in the songs too. A lot of times.
Sam, Jenna, one's in, 3 beer minimum. What it is, brother?
I still can't see.
I don't know why you can't see the chats, but hold on.
Test. Let's see what happens if I post a test. I can see. Does it say test?
Yeah, it says test.
Yeah. All right.
No,
I see my comment. I guess I could bring it up on my phone probably.
Yeah.
Okay. My wife said my
So-
test worked. So yeah.
Is Kitten at the house right now, just kind of leaving you alone?
Oh yeah. So I'm in my office. So we have a pretty decently sized house now. I just bought earlier this year. I bought my home. I finally bought a home. I never bought a home before.
Mhm.
So it's what's 2,400 square feet or something. So it's pretty decent size, 2-story. So she's probably either in the living room or upstairs, and I'm in my office. Like I have a spot way off in the side, and it has a big built-in desk area.
Nice.
I could probably show you around, and I added a desk, so like it's got this big built-in section that goes all the way around, and then I added a desk to it. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm in my own little cubicle here,
Yeah.
and then I've got big giant computer screens.
Holy crap.
Yeah. And they said, but I mean, I do IT for a living, bro. You know what I mean? So like my day job, I'm an IT guy. You know what I mean? So I have computers everywhere. I got a MacBook over here. You know, like
Yeah.
I got some stuff over there. Like I have. When we lived in the old house, man, she always complained because like I have computers everywhere and I have boxes of cables and cords and you know what I mean. So I've never had my own spot. So when we started looking to buy a house and we found this one, the fact it had its own little built-in office. It was amazing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just been the best thing for me
Right.
because I work from home now, especially since COVID, you know what I mean? So, I work remotely. So the company I work for is in Houston, you know, so my boss is in Houston. So I just get up in the morning, grab a cup of coffee, turn on the computer and start working, you know? So it's nice. It's really nice.
Your wife said, I don't complain.
I didn't say you complained. When did I say that?
You
What
said
was she talking about?
you complained about the computers and cords everywhere.
Okay. Yeah, no, she did. About that stuff, she did.
Well, she's going to have to make an appearance at some point and just say hello because,
Yeah, she'll have to walk in here.
like, you're
Well,
going
she's eye candy though, so I keep her around all the time. She hates being on camera though, so
really?
yeah, really. I don't know why. Did you know she's a twin too, right?
Really?
Did I tell you that? Did you not catch that when she said that? She said that on one of your streams when you said something about being a twin. She's an identical twin.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and her and her sister don't look alike in my opinion. Like they resemble each other, but they don't look alike. If that makes sense, you know what I mean? Like, so
me and my brother are dead. We are dead on, bro.
Well, they would disagree with me probably, and both say they both look alike. But I mean, it's my wife, so I don't think her sister looks like her.
Well, hey, get on your phone and look up on Instagram. Look up DJ B Riz.
What is it? DJ B Riz?
B Riz. B_RIZZ.
DJ _ B Riz.
I think that's what it is. Or it might be DJ B_Riz.
What the heck?
Yeah, me and my brother are dead on.
You don't even know your brother's Instagram?
He's got 3 of them, dude. Thank you, Brian. That's awesome. Riding Dirty Radio's in the house.
What up, Riding Dirty Radio? Okay, you know what? Yeah, I saw your brother the other day. I looked at something, and then was like, man, y'all do look alike. Oh, it was after. Okay, so it was after you had posted the dude with the Hustle Hard Records shirt on.
Yeah.
And somebody in the comments was like, "You found your brother," and then you were like, "Nah, I got a brother," and you tagged him. Yeah.
Yeah. Which
I had looked at him the other day.
Which that guy that I took the picture with, he looked a lot like me.
That's, I mean, not as much as your brother.
Oh.
No, but that was funny though. I couldn't believe he had a Hustle Hard Records shirt on, bro. That's crazy.
Well, of course, I had to go talk to him when he walked.
Yeah, I would have too.
And so I went and talked to him and told him that I was a rapper. And
how'd that work? What'd he say?
He goes, "Well, do you do shows? What's up, Honest?"
What up, Honest?
And I said, "Well, I haven't yet, just because of where I live. There's not much demand
Yeah, bro.
in Northwest Kansas. But and also COVID, I haven't really tried to reach out because we've got Hayes has Fort Hays State University, and so I'm sure there's places that I could probably play.
Oh, you could make your way to Wichita for sure.
Oh yeah,
where my wife. Hello, beautiful.
Hello. How are you?
Miss Jersey Kitten.
Yeah, I'm not as funny tonight because I'm not drunk.
That can be remedied.
I only drink on Thursdays.
She only drinks on Thursdays.
Yeah. That's probably good for a future attorney.
It's true. She has to be the one of the two of us that's good and take care of things.
Because he's bad.
I'm just a rapper and stuff, so
Rappers.
Right?
Yeah, I didn't know he's like a jack of all trades.
Yeah, I do lots of stuff. I got like 6 jobs for real. You got to nowadays though, man.
Hey man, income streams,
Especially with as many kids as I got, you know what I mean? Like,
I've got 3. We stopped at 3, bro.
Well, she came with 3, bro. So.
Where in Kansas are you?
Quinter. You know where Hayes is?
Yeah.
You know where Colby is?
No.
We are 107 miles from the Colorado border on I-70. 54 miles straight west of Hayes on I-70.
Okay, so we probably drive past you. We go to Colorado a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and we go, when we leave here, we go through Texas up to Colorado, but then when we come back, we always come through Kansas and stop by her mom's house. So we drive through that dead stretch of nothing in Kansas.
Whenever you come through, let me know. I'm exit 107.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure we do. We gotta go right past you.
My parents live in Newton, Kansas.
Yeah, that's down by Wichita, right?
Yeah. It's like 45 minutes north of Wichita.
Yeah.
I've been to Newton. There's a big gun show that happens right there.
It sounds like exactly like something that would happen there.
It's at the Coliseum.
But
oh yeah.
What was I was telling you something before we got distracted by your beautiful wife.
Yeah, I know. She does that to me all the time. Okay, all right. I love you. Yeah, she constantly distracts me. I have no idea what she's doing when she walks in the room. It doesn't even matter. She distracts everybody when she walks in the room.
So
Collins and
what were we talking about?
music, Hustle Hard Records.
Yep, that was it.
Okay.
I walks in with the Hustle Hard
Yep.
ACAL sweatshirt. So I went up and talked to him, told him I was
Oh, yeah, he shows. Yeah, that's what it was. Could you show?
Well, he runs in Goodland, which is like an hour and a half from me. He runs the VFW there, and
No
he
doubt.
puts on country rap shows there.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
He,
Well, bro, you're not very far from me, so you can definitely hook up with me this year. I'll have some stuff going. You know what I mean? Like, for sure you'll be able to come get some slots, opening slot. Like, you know, you have to make the trip, but, you know, I got you. You know what I mean?
Awesome. Which
like, there's going to be some stuff, man. I'm just like you, man. There's nothing here in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I am the biggest country rapper here, period. You know, I'm probably one of the bigger artists for, like, today's music. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously, there's way bigger country artists. Reba McEntire. I mean, they don't count. You know what I mean? I'm talking, like, underground, up-and-coming, people trying to do stuff. Like, I'm trying, you know what I mean? But there's not a lot here. You know what I mean? There's just not. It's just like you. There's just not. But I don't want to leave. I don't want to go anywhere else. I want to bring some stuff here. You know, I want to bring some stuff to the house.
Well, and that's what hip hop was started on. It was guys representing where they live.
Yeah, hometown. Yeah.
You know, it used to be blocks or neighborhoods, and now, you know, you always hear rappers represent, or, you know, shouting out their area codes and
the county.
everything. I mean, it's repping where you came from, you know.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm big on repping Oklahoma too. Like, I mean, Oklahoma's in my veins. You know, like that's what I'm big on that. You know what I mean? So definitely. Well, that's cool, man. I hope you get some shows. You know, this next year coming up. Like,
that'd be cool. They said they had 125 people show up at the one show he had.
That's cool.
But I don't know. He had a guy from Colorado. I don't know who all he had there.
But I mean, dude, you never know. Like, I've done some shows where I didn't expect anyone to show up, and I end up performing in front of a giant crowd, and the news station showed up with cameras to the event and everything. Like, it ended up being wild, bro. Like, and then I've showed up before in Oklahoma City at a show that I thought was gonna be good, and there'd be like 12 people. You know what I mean? Because like the facility had like their heater was broke, and like it was cold inside the building, and it was in like the winter, and like people just didn't come. You know what I mean? Like, it was just it was crazy. You know what I mean? Like, and I haven't toured, so I've never done shows further than Oklahoma, Texas, you know, right around here. I've never been on a national tour. Not that I couldn't have. I just, again, I came to a decision where I had to either go back to work or chase a dream, and I chose a safe path, man. But I got kids, you know, so
Justin Orrick just jumped on, by the way.
Oh, did he? Man, I told you. Let me say it again. He's the only inspirational person that I follow right now. I won't say only, but I'll say the most, because I just mostly follow rappers on Instagram, you know, country rappers and stuff. And he's always posting really positive things in his story.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, every morning I'm like, oh, what's he talking about? I know it's going to be some positive quote or something. I want to steal him and post him on Facebook.
He works hard, man.
Hard. I know, bro. And you know me, I'm a work hard guy. Like, that is the one thing I push. Like, my daddy put that in me. You know, he's a sergeant major, man. Like, you know, I mean, R.I.P. Pop, but that's the one thing he instilled in me is a work ethic. That's why the song I have out with Leroy right now, No Handouts, bro. Like, that was like when I was like, well, what am I gonna do? You know, we talked to Leroy. You know, we decided we were gonna hash out this day and we do a project together. He's like, well, I want to do something like, and that's it, work. Like, no handouts, bro. Like, you're not gonna get. It doesn't matter if it's rap music, carpentry. It doesn't matter what it is. The people who put in the most effort get the furthest. You know what I mean? So and that's why, you know, I put a lot of money into my music, and I'm going to continue to put a lot of money into my music. And so far, it has not come back the way that I need it to. You know what I mean? It has come back. You know what I mean? Like, but it hasn't come back to the level that I want it to. But I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to keep pushing. You know what I mean? 2021, I'm going to push harder than ever. Really, you know, this is my year. I mean, I'm just going to keep that in my head. This is my year.
You know what'd be funny? You know, Orrick is a really motivational guy, right? And Calhoun, he's an unbelievable artist, right?
Oh, yeah.
And what would be funny is if Orrick's motivation motivated an artist, like a young artist, to go after it, and ended up just taking over Calhoun's spot. You know?
Well, Adam wants to do something else. He said so. He don't want to rap.
Yeah.
No
But you know what I'm saying?
I want to rap forever because I can't sing, bro. So I want to rap, like, because Adam's got because Adam's one of my favorite artists, but he's my son's favorite rapper, and that's hilarious to me that my son even has a favorite rapper.
Yeah.
And he fell in love with him from the Tombstone track, man, because Tombstone is one of my son's favorite movies. And I played it for him one day, and he was like his face, bro, was hilarious, and like every time. So now, like whenever he's cleaning the kitchen and stuff, he's like, "Hey, Dad, can I put some tunes on?" I'll be like, "Yeah, what you gonna play?" He'll put Alexa, and be like, "Alexa, play Adam Calhoun," you know? It's funny, bro. Like, but I mean, I love him obviously, but he can sing. My favorite Adam Calhoun tracks are like Whiskey Fiddle and a couple of them where he's got some more twang to it, you know, some more like I like that side of Adam. Not that he can't rap. I mean, he's obviously a great rapper. But I wish I could sing. If I could sing whatsoever, I would not rap at all.
Well,
but I can't sing.
Who sings on your songs on here?
What on which ones? On most of them, I have guests, like all the hooks that are singing, like the song for my girl, like If I Didn't Have You, that's a country singer. I mean, I guess like Hold On Tight, I'm kind of singing. And like my producer kind of like coaxed me into doing that, you know what I mean? Like I don't have a good voice. I sound like DMX smoking crack for 3 or 4 days, you know what I mean? He ain't been to sleep, and like his voice is like, "Yeah, man, where my dog's at?" You know what I mean? Like so I can't sing at all. I just never could. And that's why I picked up on rapping so well, because I was a smart kid, you know what I mean? So like words, I was really good with words.
Right.
So rhyming shit was really easy for me. I could do that all day long, you know what I mean? So I started freestyling. And then my friends were like, well, shit, Knuckles can freestyle a little bit, you know? And over time it went from, it's funny because it went from everybody making fun of me to being like, Knuckles is a rapper, to Knuckles is a rapper, you know what I mean? Like, and it just became a thing to where now it's like, I have, you know, when I started this career 6 years ago, I still was getting jokes. Like I said, a whole website made fun of me constantly, to where now it's like, shit, I don't get jokes, you know what I mean? I get people following trends I'm setting and shit, you know what I mean? Like, people in my inbox asking me questions about how'd you get verified, you know, how'd you get 200,000 followers, what'd you do, you know, like, how did you do this, like, you know, how you getting your Instagram numbers up, how are you, you know, and I'm happy to help because I worked my ass off and I spent a lot of money and I threw it away. So I always try to help the younger artists and stuff, you know what I mean? So like, it's just crazy to me. Sometimes I can't believe I have fans, you know, like literally like, sometimes I can't believe I get a little paycheck from CD Baby, you know, like it's crazy to me. Like I look at the numbers and I'm like, wow, over 1,000 people streamed my music today. Like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, in one day, like, that's just crazy, you know? Like, I remember, like, when I couldn't get 100 plays in, like, a week on a YouTube video, you know? And I was sharing it to Facebook and spamming groups, and I still couldn't get 100 plays. You know what I mean? And now it's uploaded something that gets 100 plays in 20 minutes, you know? It's, like, crazy. It's, like, it's, you know, but it's like you said, it's work. It's a time period. I've just been doing this for so long.
Yeah, it's definitely a marathon. And not a sprint, you know.
No, it is. But again, like Broadnax, man. Look how long that dude has been doing it, man. And he's my favorite artist in the game right now, dude. John Broadnax is my hero. I say it every time, everywhere I go. Every time I comment and interact with John Broadnax, like my saying is like WWJBD. What would John Broadnax do? Like that's my thing, bro. Like that dude, because man, he's been at it for so long, and like, cause I'm from Oklahoma, so we grew up on Screw here.
Bro,
he's from Louisiana. He grew up on Screw. You know what I mean?
I was going to bring that up. A lot of your stuff has that chopped, screwed sound in it.
Well, we grew up on Screw, man, and I had the gray tapes, man. Like I grew up on Screw. Like I've opened for Little Flip. My homeboys had a song with Little Flip years ago. Like, you know, like I'm Houston music. That's my stuff. That's what I grew up on. That's what we like. You know, I have a Still Tippin' remix even. Like you know, like that's the stuff I like. Paul Wall, you know, DJ Screw, Camille. You know, all of that. Little Flip, like I said, like all them dudes, Swisher House, like that's what I like. So Broadnax also was plugged into that. Like he knew Screw, you know what I mean? Like I have a homeboy that I grew up with that grew up with Screw, like still knows Screw's family to this day. You know what I mean? Like we're real connected in that area here in Oklahoma, just because we go to Texas. We gravitate to Texas here. You know what I mean? That's just kind of how it is, because to even like up until recently, you couldn't even get 6 Point beer here in Oklahoma. You know, we had 3.2.
That was the same way in Kansas.
Right. Like we had to go to Texas to get beer up until just a couple years ago. You know what I mean? So it's like growing up, like we went to Texas for everything. You know what I mean? So that's just how it was.
All right. So let me tell you, you're talking about Lawton and your area. Let me tell you my connection.
Okay.
So I was a cop for 8 years, right?
Okay.
And this was a long time ago.
All right.
But while I was a cop, I actually went to sniper school.
At Fort Sill?
No, in Grandfield, Oklahoma.
Oh, shut up. Number 1. Exit 1.
The guy, I don't want to give his name out.
That's fine.
He used to be, before he started this business, he used to be a detective in Lawton.
Okay.
And I almost guarantee you'd know his name if I said it. But
I'm probably.
Well, I'll DM you. But anyway,
Okay.
Yeah, I went to sniper school. It was in Grandfield. It looks like where I live, man. It's that small, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I actually am super familiar with Grandfield because it gets hit by tornadoes every single year. like it's the most prone spot, I swear, to get hit by tornadoes. So it's like on the news every year, like Grandfield. But I'm pretty sure it is number 1 or number 5 or something. Like it's the first town on the other side of the Texas border.
Yeah,
Grandfield is.
Because when we had to go, there was 15 of us in the dorm for that class, and some of us needed to go buy some toiletry stuff. Well, the closest place was Walmart in Wichita Falls. So
Right.
we drove across the river and
yeah. Welcome to Texas.
Yeah. All right, so your album that you put out,
Yep.
The Rodeo, the album art is a picture of some steers.
Of what?
The roping steers.
Yeah, that's me.
All right, so talk about your rodeo days and tell us, I want to hear at least 2 good drinking rodeo stories.
Okay.
I want to hear the ones you don't want to tell.
That's funny. Okay. So we'll preface this story by saying I grew up a country boy who moved to Lawton, which is kind of a city area, and then I got into gangbanging and drugs and shit, and I went to prison. Okay.
Cool.
When I got out of prison, I turned my life around, got stuff together. So I've been out for 12 years now. Okay.
But you were in for 5, right?
I was in for 5 years. Yep.
See, I listened. I told you I
You
listened.
paid attention to my songs. I know. I tell my whole story in my music. I don't lie about shit, man. So I got out and I wanted to get back into country stuff. Well, one of the things, my dad was a bull rider. You know what I mean? Like I come from a whole generation. My grandpa worked on a ranch. Like I come from generation after generation of real cowboys.
Right.
So I wanted to get a horse and I wanted to learn how to rodeo. Why? I just happened to meet some guys at church that owned a rodeo company. Like no shit, they own bull stock. They put on rodeos. And their mother, an old lady, Mary Jane, she loved me. She ran the rodeo company, and she was like, "Well, you should come out one night." So I came out, and then while I was there, and I was talking to him, and I was looking, I was like, "Man, I sure would like to get involved in this." And she was like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "We see that dude down there? His name's Tony. Go tell him that Mary Jane sent you." And I was like, "Are you serious?" And she was like, "Yeah, go. You better hurry." And I was like, "Okay." So I just ran down and was like, "What do I do?" And he was like, "Man, just help me open these gates and get these steers through and push them." And then it's like, over time, man, I worked there for 5 years. You know what I mean? So every weekend, dude, I would go rodeo, and we travel around Oklahoma, and they put on, every weekend there's a rodeo in some city that we put on in some town in Oklahoma. And, so I open the gates, like when the bull riding, I'm the guy that pulls the gates to let the bull out. I do the same thing with the steers to let them out at the end when the roping happens.
Right.
But I also competed every weekend, and I steer wrestled and I team rope. And over the course of 5 years, I won 7 belt buckles. So that's why belt buckles shine bright. Like I say that I know you want mine. I won mine. You know what I mean? Like I did. I won my belt buckles. So any belt buckles, and at one time I asked, when I was making the rodeo, it's funny you say that because on belt buckles shine bright, I wanted a feature and I put feelers out, you know, because I'm friends with tons of country rappers on Facebook and Instagram and stuff. So I was like, hey, man, does any other country rapper have any real ties to cowboy shit? And nobody could come back and say yes. Like, nobody could even name anyone. Like, no one. Like, no one knows anyone but me that has any real ties to cowboy shit in this genre. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of my thing. Like, you can't question my country. Like, I dare you to question my country. I can fucking rope a steer. Show me you can rope a steer. You know what I mean? I can ride a bucking horse. You know what I mean? Show me your country. Yeah, I might not be the most mudding guy. You know, I don't have a big truck anymore. I had to sell my truck and get a minivan because I got kids. And you know what I mean? I'm about to buy another one soon or whatever. But, you know, like, so for a year or so, I haven't had a truck. You know, or I guess longer than that now. Like a couple of years, I haven't had a truck. Like, you know, we live in the city. Well, we live in the skirts of the city or whatever, you know, as big as our city is. I mean, it's not a real city, but it's Lawton, you know, so a lot of things, but that's always my thing is like, that's become a thing in country rap too, is like, don't test my redneck or don't test my country or, you know what I mean? That's kind of our, like, don't test my gangster kind of thing. And I dare someone, like, I always laugh, like, I dare you, bro. Like, I literally rodeo, bro. Like, I literally can ride a horse right now. I'll rope circles around you. You know what I mean? I can bulldog a steer, bro. Can you bulldog a steer? You know what I mean? Like,
well, and you know, you talking about people defending their countryness, you know. Well, people are gonna keep doing that because as you know, this brings us to the genre of country rap.
Country rap.
The bigger it gets, the more people are going to try to get in it.
Yeah.
That
aren't going to be money.
That aren't necessarily real country. Like it floors me. I haven't listened to the whole song complete yet, and I won't ever. But Old Town Road makes me it makes me sick.
Okay, so listen. So I've listened to it. My kids love that shit, man. My kids love that shit.
But I just
okay. So here's my thing. What I don't like about it is that it's what became representative. As soon as I tell someone, yeah, I do country rap, they say, oh, you mean like Old Town Road? No. I mean abso-motherfucking nothing like Old Town Road. Nothing like Old Town Road. Yeah. And I am not hating on that man. I'm not taking anything away from him. I'm not a hater. I don't hate on anyone. I don't give a fuck what anybody does except me. You know what I mean? I worry about Knuckles. I don't worry about nobody else. That's just who I am. You know what I mean? But at the same time, fuck no, that's not country rap, bro. You better name Upchurch. You better name Struggle. You better name Jelly. You better name Adam. You better throw some names out. You better not say Old Town Road. You know what I mean? Just don't do me like that, bro. That's not where my genre's at. You know what I mean? And I hate that as far as mainstream, that's how we got represented first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what people only know what gets shoved in their face, and that's why I put a meme out on my face or my Instagram a while back that said, "If you don't listen to independent music, you haven't heard your favorite song yet."
Oh, for sure.
And there's so many unbelievable artists out there that people just never heard of because of some stupid reason.
I don't listen to the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, for what?
I never listen to the radio.
Yeah, no, never.
My son will be like, "Dad, have you heard the new such and such song?" I'm like, "No, who is that?" But now my kids have introduced me to some pretty good artists. They're always coming to me, "Dad, check this song out. Dad, check this song out," and they end up being pretty hard. I mean, they know what
cool
I like, so they only come to me with stuff.
Well, I was gonna say that shows that you've passed on music. So that's like, it's my son being 14. He's just now started liking music, and it's interesting to me that he's kind of gravitated towards country rap. You know, I mean, obviously, I mean, but like on his own, like I didn't do that. Like I didn't push Adam Calhoun on him.
Right.
He heard the one song, he really liked it. He went to his bedroom and jumped on YouTube and looked up a bunch of Adam shit and was like, "Yo, I really like this guy." You know what I mean? He was like, I really like his country stuff. And he showed me 3 or 4 songs, and then like he showed me Whiskey Fiddle, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's my shit too, bro." Like, I was like, but I mean, mean, it's just, it's just interesting to me to see what the kids are listening to nowadays. Because
Yeah.
he said with a bunch of his friends, like he said that the biggest joke they have is like Big Iron. Like Big Iron is like a running meme for like teenagers, like Marty Robbins. And I'm like it's a meme. Like the Big Iron cover is like an actual meme that they post and shit. Like they randomly like rickroll each other with the Big Iron cover meme. Like I don't know, man. It's like my kids are like, the teenagers are weird, man. Like him and his boys are weird, but like, so he said like the Big Iron song, like ironically among their friends, got thrown back and forth all the time. But then he started listening to it and he was like, well, shit, I actually like it. It's like, well, of course you do. It's a killer song, bro. It's Big Iron, like. So it's weird, like it's the weird shit to see them have a musical influence of their own. And because I remember like my parents hated when I first started listening to like the Fat Boys, and then from there it was Public Enemy and then Wu-Tang and Dr. Dre. Yeah, Coming Back Hard Again was my first tape. The Fat Boys Coming Back Hard Again. I was 8 years old, and my mom flipped the fuck out when I started playing that shit, bro. And she gave it to me, you know what I mean, for Christmas and shit. And then but she didn't know I was on it, obviously.
Right. Yeah. I had a couple of experiences like that with albums that I got for Christmas, and then my dad heard them and was like, "Does your mother know you have this?" Like, you got it for me.
Yeah. What do you mean?
But so you mentioned earlier your Facebook following, and you have quite a Facebook following. And I think that your IT side probably helps you a lot, because I've noticed.
Yeah.
I mean, when like anything you put out is really, it looks like it's really finished as far as your visualizers for your music, or like the one for No Handouts. That's unbelievable. Did you do that?
Oh no, the visualizer for No Handouts, actually my guy Drew Rippey did that, man, for a really good price. Yeah. He was needing some work, and I was like, because I do a lot of the stuff myself, and some stuff I pass along, it just depends. And so he was like, hey man, I'm offering a special, I'm doing lyric videos. And I was like, well, hey man, I actually just have a song with someone that I'm not going to be able to do a music video with. I'd love to have a little lyric video. And he was like, cool, man. So I sent it over to him, and he was like, man, this song's awesome, bro. I was like, thanks, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, yeah. So he was like, I'm going to kill this. And I was like, all right, cool. So he killed it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's excellent. It's
super cool. Yeah. All my little visualizers though for my other stuff, I put most of those together. Some of my other lyric videos for like my DNA remix by Kendrick Lamar. I did like a redneck remix of that. I did that lyric video. Most of my graphics I make, a lot of them, not all of them. I pay for some of the more professional ones, but I mean, like my album cover, I made that.
Right.
Little thing.
So talk about. Look, I've got a personal Facebook page, and I have an Uncle Turtle Facebook page.
Right.
I don't do a whole lot with my uncle. I mean, anything that goes on my Uncle Turtle page.
Yep.
It's just because it's connected to my Instagram, and I've been horrible.
Right. So let me tell you. Okay. So let me explain how I got so big on Facebook. So what part of it was, back in the day, Facebook's algorithm was a little bit different. Things were a little bit different on Facebook. Okay. So Facebook is where I first started trying to grow stuff, because that was the social media platform that I was just the most on. You know what I mean? So I got on Facebook, started trying to grow my page. Well, I started posting memes and viral videos and shit like that. Well, I started gaining some following from that. Well, then I had a couple videos blow up. So I specifically myself am responsible for making a couple of people go viral and get famous. So you may remember there was a black lady who got famous from a video where there was a house fire, and she was like, "Not today!
Not today!"
Okay, I am the reason. I posted that, and it got 35 million views on my Facebook. Okay? So on the tail end of that, while my page was rolling, that was when I posted my Cowboy Boots and Shorts music video. Okay? So I had a shit ton of traffic coming to my page. I uploaded my Cowboy Boots and Shorts music video to my page, and it went viral. And it got 6 million views. You know what I mean? So I learned how to coattail stuff. Okay, so I had my first Facebook page. This is my second verified Facebook page. My first verified Facebook page, I had almost to 500,000 followers. I had like 485,000. And I got yanked, bro. When Trump got elected, Facebook started cracking down on fake news.
Right.
And I was working with some companies like they were called like My Likes and a couple of other companies. I posted clickbait articles, man. I mean, straight up honest with you, I posted clickbait articles, and I made money, like bro, a lot of money, like $18,000 in like 5 months.
Damn.
Off just Facebook articles, bro. Just like 3 articles a day. Like not even like, bro, I literally I post like 2 or 3 Facebook clickbait articles a day. But like true clickbait, like 10 things you can't believe happened, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like true clickbait. But I was getting hella paid from the clicks. And bro, back then the algorithm was different. Like I said, a page with 500,000 followers, holy shit, my reach was unbelievable, bro. I could post anything and it would get 20,000 hits on it. You know what I mean? Like it was insane the way the algorithm worked. Then they started cutting down on clickbait. They started cutting down on fake news. They started doing all this stuff. They started yanking pages, man. I lost my page. My buddy lost his page. He had 1.2 million followers on verified page, man. Yanked it, bro. Yeah, start back over, man. My girl had a page, had like, I don't know, like 6,000 followers or something. She wasn't using it. So I took it and turned it into my page and basically just started back over. You know what I mean? So I worked my way back up now. I'm over 200,000. You know what I mean? So, and it's just been from memes. I make a lot of memes, and it's been from my music growing too. You know what I mean? This page has been harder to grow because the algorithms are way different. You can't use viral videos anymore. You can't just post stuff like that. You know, you can still do memes. I post a lot of memes. You know, I'm a big meme guy. I'm, you know, like I like memes. Yeah. So I find memes, I post them, I make memes, you know, like I like that. So that gains me followers. Like I said, but it was different, man. And so a lot of it was residual from like when I remade my page and started gaining back up. You know, it's just the same kind of thing. Posting memes, I had a couple memes go viral, things like that, you know. And it's just it's getting your page in front of people. Like I understand it's 10 to 1. If I was selling hot dogs and I was like, hot dogs, you know, 9 people are gonna tell me no. 1 person's gonna buy a hot dog. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing. Like I'll post a viral meme and then I'll attach in the link, I'll put a link to one of my YouTube videos. You know what I mean? Well, I may get a couple people who watch it. I may even get someone who gives me a thumbs down or something. But I may get 1 person who watches it and is like, dude, I really like this guy. And then goes and watches a couple other of my videos. So I gained a true fan from that interaction. You know what I mean? And that fan later is going to, maybe he'll buy a t-shirt. You know what I mean? Maybe he'll buy a hat. You know, I mean, I don't know. So he'll lead to actual interactions and money down the road. You know, so I just know that you just got to get it in front of people, man. Like that's what you got to do. You just got to get it in front of people, you know? Like I know I have a ton of fans out there. They just never heard my music yet, so they don't know I'm a fan. You know, they don't know they're a fan of me yet. You know, so I understand marketing real well.
Have you ever done Facebook, Instagram ads?
Yeah. Oh, all the time.
Yeah. I learned I found, all right, here's the story. I found Calhoun, right?
Right.
And I was like, I've always loved rap. I grew up listening to rap. And like you know, it was the Fat Boys and Curtis Blow and then
80s rap.
Yeah. And then on through, I loved when NWA came out. I was like, no, I'm done. This is me. This is I love that West
gangster rap.
Dude.
Yeah.
So I started listening to, you know, obviously NWA and a lot of Ice-T, DJ Quick, and then Snoop came out, and it was all that same. My dad raised me listening to a ton of different kinds of music.
Right, mine too.
My dad, when he was in high school, listened to he went to high school in Georgia, in Rome, Georgia, but he listened to a lot of R&B, Motown stuff.
Okay.
And so I listened to that, and then I got into listening to funk and stuff like Parliament and Zapp and Roger and stuff like that. And so but all those musical influences are like just run rampant through West Coast in the late 80s, early 90s.
Oh yeah.
Those funk beats and
yeah.
And that's what I love I love funk music. And then
so it was familiar to you.
You put it on a rap beat, and I was like, shit, that's a whole nother level. Yeah. And so I fell in love with that. Well, then
you like Warren G?
Oh yeah. Dude,
That sounds like right up your alley. That's why I was asking.
I love the
Funk era, G-Funk shit. Yeah.
what
Nate Dogg.
that song, Regulators Mount
Oh,
Up
Regulators. Yeah.
Night, the clear white moon. Yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah. But I was actually living in a little town in Georgia called Hiram, which is close to Douglasville, but I was working in downtown Atlanta. And if I had to work late at night and the streets were dead, like this is like 9 or 10 o'clock, and it wasn't rush hour, I used to crank that Warren G song, windows down, and just drive slow through downtown. And it was awesome, bro.
That's awesome.
But as I got older, I realized, I like the music and I like the beats and stuff, but I can't. And I've played guitar since I was 14. I write music, and I was like, I can't relate to what they're rapping about.
Right.
It was all about gangster shit, and I wasn't a gangster, and blah blah blah. And then I heard Calhoun, and I was like, it's the same feel of music that I love, but he's rapping about shit that I can relate to.
Right.
And I had heard the Lax before. I had heard some country rappers, and I liked them, but it never. I mean, I was never big into mudding, and that seems to be a major.
Yeah, that's where we live. That's where the country rap lives right now. It's the mud scene. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That wasn't my shit either.
And then Calhoun comes out, and he's a rap artist. He's a hip hop artist.
Right. Right.
And he's rapping about country shit, but he's doing it in a hip hop style. And,
yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, but then I also found Gary Vaynerchuk at the same time.
Okay.
And he's a big time, I don't know if you know who he is, big time motivational guy.
I think I've heard the name, yeah. He does speeches?
Huh?
He does speeches?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And so I read a couple of his books, and basically Gary V is like, I don't care how old you are, if you want to do something, just go do it.
Go do it.
And so I was like, okay. But I found Gary V and Adam Calhoun at the same time.
Interesting combination.
And like, I'm going to do it. The worst thing that can happen is nothing. And
That's absolutely right.
so I just started, and I'd never been raised like that. And it frustrates me. And so I raised my kids that.
Okay, so check this out, though. On this note, while you're talking about this, let me talk about Uncle Turtle as an artist for a second.
Okay.
Because, so
I heard he's a dick.
No. Listen. So I have a song that I wrote a long time ago, and I called it just the Epic Hip Hop Diss, and I talk a lot of shit in it. Okay, and this is before Adam Calhoun was even on the scene. This was 5 years ago when I wrote this track, because I had got talked to by Average Joe's Entertainment, and then they stopped. Like, they talked to me when Cowboys and Shorts blew up, and they stopped taking my phone calls or whatever. I was kind of butthurt, you know what I mean? Because I thought a lot of their artists sucked, and I thought I could rap better than them. You know what I mean? And I thought a lot of it at this point, it didn't have anything to do with rap. It had to do with who you knew and shit like that. You know what I mean? So I wrote this little diss track or whatever. So at that point in time, there were very few artists that I thought could rap in country rap. You know, I talked about this. So I thought we'd come along further. So you mentioned Adam, and I think Adam is definitely someone who is a country rapper that can rap his ass off. You know what I mean? So you mentioned the Lax, and I think they make great music. And I think there's some people who make great music. Doesn't necessarily mean they're the best rapper. You know what I mean? So there's rap is my shit. You, when I first listened to your shit, and I was like, big facts, bro. I was like, okay, wait, but Uncle Turtle can actually rap, bro. Like, I can tell, like, it's there. Like, you actually have it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I could tell, like, you don't know what the fuck you're doing because you just started. I did the same shit. My first couple tracks I made, I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
But I had the skill. It was in there. You know what I mean? Like, the key was in there. You know what I mean? And big facts, I was like, that's what made, I think that's what made me, like, reach out to you and be like, I was like, yo, this dude is like got 50 fucking Spotify listeners, but Big Facts is better than a lot of shit that's getting thousands of plays right now. You know what I mean? Straight up from a hip hop aspect from someone like me who's like, I like hip hop, I like rap, I like people who can rap. Like, that shit is better than a lot of shit that's getting way more plays. And it's the nature of, you're not gonna get the plays because of whatever. You know what I mean? Like you said, you're some rapper from the sticks, bro, out in buttfuck Kansas. You know what I mean? So you don't know people like Adam Calhoun does. You can't get plugged in. That's my problem. nobody will fucking give me a shot. No one will sign me. That's why my plan this year is to just push till someone notices me. You know what I mean? But that's what I thought about you. I was like, this shit is great. Like, I like that shit. I bump that shit all the time. Like, it's one of my shower songs. It's on my shower soundtrack. You know what I mean? Like,
That's what I'm.
that's why when you were like, yeah, I got this many plays, and I was like, bro, I swear to God, I'm a bunch of those on Apple Music, bro. I bang that shit all the time.
Yeah,
Like,
I when you said that, I looked up and I was like, oh, because normally I only look up Spotify numbers. I don't know why.
well, I use Apple Music, you know, so that's why I was like, I swear, like, I can't verify your Spotify shit, but you're on my Apple Music playlist.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
But I think, dude, this Big Facts is like the point where I said, if you go back and listen to my first album that I recorded where I'm sitting right now, I don't know how to mix music.
Right.
I all the beats on my first album, and I was just like, I'm just going to learn how to do it. And I did it the best I could out there. And I can go back and listen to that, and every song except for one, well, there's only one song on that album that I can say that I'm satisfied with, and that's Country Pimp. Everything else,
I like that.
There's stuff on there that
Pimp's funny.
that I'm like, see this right here. I don't like this part.
Yeah, it's funny because, like, you're playing my music, and, like, I hate my music, bro. I don't listen to my music at all. Like, at all. I just don't. Like, especially if I have a video for something, by the time it gets to the video coming out, I absolutely despise the song. All of them. I hate all of my music, bro. I just hate it. You know what I mean? Like, I just do. It's a necessary evil at this point. You know what I mean? I'd rather listen to someone else, but people want to hear your shit. You know what I mean? When you're around, especially. Like,
yeah.
I don't like it.
Says Riding Dirty Radio says Ride 95 bumps both of us. So
see, and I'd rather listen to your shit than my shit. You know, that's what I'm saying.
I know.
Like, I just don't like. I don't like my music. By the time I do, when I'm crafting a song, like when I'm like, okay, so I just remixed the Adam Calhoun Small Town shit, right? I'm banging the shit out of that right now because I love that Adam Calhoun track and I like my verses for it because I just made them. Give me 2 or 3 days and I'll be burnt out on it. You know what I mean? And it's like that when I'm writing music. You know, while I'm writing it for 2 or 3 days, I'm banging that shit nonstop, and I'm like, oh, this is the best track on earth. Oh, I'm gonna murder this. I can't. Oh, I murdered that. You know what I mean? And then after 3 or 4 days, I'm like, it's old. I gotta move on to something else. You know what I mean? Like, it's just I don't like my music, and then after 3 or 4 days, I'll start picking it apart, and I'll be like, man, I should have been stronger on that. Like, that's a little jumbled. It sounds a little mumbly. Man, I really should have had Future do something different right there with my voice. Like, you know, but at first when I'm into it, I'm killing it. And that's the reason I'm into it is because I'm killing it. But that's why I'm doing this beat or whatever it is, this song or what, you know, I wanted to do it. But then once it's done, I'm like, this sucks, man.
Listen to it. And I mean, you're obviously, everybody's their own worst critic.
I'm my worst critic. Yeah, for sure.
You go back and listen and they're like my son will be like, Dad, that's tight. And I'm like, well, did you hear this bar? Because I was off.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I was like, hold on, listen. And I'll play it back until finally he's like, okay, Dad, you're right. It sucks. What do you want? I'm like, see?
Yeah.
But
you're brainwashing your kids.
The stuff that I've got, but then again, like you said, you love it and then you hate it.
Yep.
I feel like my progression has gotten a lot better. And Big Facts is that one song where I was like, okay, this song is going to be my minimum quality.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I tended to settle with stuff to get it out. And now I'm like, no, I got to be patient and I don't want to release it unless I'm happy with it. And, but then you also got to, at some point, let yourself be happy with it. You know?
See, and I do that with my producer because he'll sit there and perfect it and craft it and so even like the No Handouts track, like I released it because that's a rough wave. Like he was gonna work on that some more. He wasn't happy with it, but he was busy, and I was like, man, I have to put this out in order to get it out on the timeline. I need it out. And I was like, there's nothing wrong with this one. And he was like, no, there's some stuff that needs to be fixed. There's this one little spot. And it was like, okay, I hear the one little spot. Nobody else hears the one little spot, though. I let a bunch of people hear it. I was like, I'm just going to put it out, bro. And like, because I was like, it's just mixed and mastered. It's better than almost anything, but
Yeah.
you know how it is. Like, you nitpick and you want it. And there is a point where it's like, you can keep going, but is it going to be any better at this point? No. The product has to go out at some point. And as musicians, that's tough because you want to be perfectionists, especially rhyming. I always do that and I've gotten better at that. I'll get close to a rhyme. I used to have to be perfect. Like the rhyme scheme had to be absolutely perfect. If it didn't fall perfect, I couldn't put it out. Now I'm like, it's close enough. I got 4 good multi-syllable rhymes and 1 single syllable rhyme. That fits. We'll throw it out there. You know what I mean? It'll keep moving,
I argue with my oldest. I've got a 10-year-old daughter, a 13-year-old son, and a 17-year-old son who turns 18 in 6 months.
Right.
And I argue with my oldest. His name is Gus, but I call him Lil Pimp all the time. You ever hear my song say Lil Pimp? I'm talking.
Okay. All right, that's great.
And but he's always like, Dad, those 2 words don't rhyme. What are you talking about? But when he thinks rhyme, he thinks fish and dish.
Yeah, it has to be perfect.
Yeah, he only thinks in perfect rhymes. He doesn't know about secondary rhymes and changing how, especially being from the South.
Well, the English language is yours. You can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, and being from the South, I say words differently.
Yeah.
And so I can use those because I say this word this way, I can use it to rhyme with this word, when if you weren't from the South and didn't say it that way, you wouldn't.
That's absolutely right.
But yeah, we argue all the time on whether or not words rhyme. And I'm like,
me and my wife do that too. She's like, you can't do that. And I'm like, the English language is what? She just texted me. She said something. Yeah, the English language. Oh, okay. She said, that's funny. I don't even remember what I said before this. Okay, so I have she's still watching apparently because she's commenting on our conversation and she said it, and it's funny because I used the word turtle the other day. Okay, so I said laying on its back just like a turtle, and she was like, what's a turtle? And I was like, turtle? And she was like, oh, but it was the way I stretch it out of the rhyme. You'll hear it's coming out soon. And but it was funny. She just commented me. I was like, turd, and then put the space, and it was like, because she totally didn't get it. It was the way I stretched it out and made it fit. You know what I mean? Like, and you can do that. Sometimes you can make, I'm thirsty or I'm thirsty. It's how you gonna do it. Thursday. It rhymes if you want it to. But only we can do that. Only rappers do stuff like that. Everybody else goes, no, you can't do that.
Right.
And we go, nah, it's close enough.
I saw a deal where Eminem was mad because people say that nothing rhymes with purple. And he
named a bunch of stuff.
He did like a whole freestyle, just rhyming with the word purple, and which he's ridiculous, but
of course.
That's one thing I wanted to make sure and talk about tonight was I went and watched that battle rap video.
Oh, mine?
Yeah. You bodied that dude. That dude had costumes. That dude was on the Ellen DeGeneres show 20 years ago, but it don't mean shit now.
Okay, so check this out. So I was very worried when this dude walked in because this dude had already battled in this league here in town that they had started, right? And I hadn't done a live battle. Like, that was my first live battle. But I battled online a lot. I ran a big battle rap league online. We had 1 million members in our group at one point. It was like big, you know what I mean? So I was pretty confident in my skill set, but I just didn't know, you know what I mean? This dude's already battled. Okay, I watched it. He's decent. When he comes in wearing that choir robe, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm a licensed Southern Baptist minister. because I
Okay.
was a youth pastor for a couple years when I got out of prison. Like I was trying to do the church thing. So I thought this dude was about to make fun of me for that. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh my God, this dude's about to eat my lunch, bro. Like I was worried. Like me and my girl were both looking at each other like, oh my God, is this dude wearing a choir robe, bro? Is he about to make fun of the fact that you were a youth pastor, bro, and now you're trying to be a battle rapper? And I was like, oh, this dude's gonna eat me. And then he just didn't. You know what I mean? He wasn't prepared. He wasn't polished. He wasn't ready. I was ready. I wrote 3 verses and had them shits memorized to the T.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And I wrote them well. You know what I mean? Like he just wasn't ready, and I was.
he thought he was going to show. You could tell. He thought
Yeah,
he was.
he didn't think I was gonna be about it, bro. He just thought some white boy. He didn't know the white boy was really about his battle rap shit. You know what I mean? He had no idea. You could tell about halfway through the second round, he realized he fucked up, and he should have wrote some shit and been prepared.
And he choked. He
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
He tried to blame it on something. Well, that one.
On the crowd. He tried to blame it on the crowd.
Yeah. And that one drunk.
Because he sucked. You know what I mean? Like, and they
But he-
expected him to bring the heat, and he didn't.
Yeah. That dude thought him showing up was going to be enough, and it wasn't.
No, it wasn't, man. It wasn't. Yeah, so in my city, man, in my hip hop community that day, bro, I garnered all the respect, dude. Like you can see in the video, like by the end of it, bro, people are literally chanting my name. You know what I mean? Like, and yo, it's funny because like some of afterwards, like people were like some people tried to say I brought the crowd with me. I literally brought my wife and my cousin, bro. And then my other cousin showed up who's black. So I had a white cousin, a black cousin, and my wife. And that was it. That's all the people that were my people in the bar. Everyone else was either in the bar or they were there for the battles, and they didn't have shit to do with Knuckles. And I was white, so I was the outcast to begin with. You know what I mean? By the end of it, I earned their respect, bro. Because I came and did the shit. You know what I mean? I came and brought the bars. And at the end of the day, that's what they wanted to see. You know what I mean? Like, they're there to see who's the battle rapper, and I was the better battle rapper. You know what I mean? So, like, I like that. I'm glad you watched that shit, man. Like, I miss battle rapping sometimes. You know, it's like I miss rodeo, but it's not in the cards anymore. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Your wife just posted something about says orange wife.
My orange wife?
That's what Kitten said.
She's my orange wife. I don't know. Somebody must have called my wife orange.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. She'll comment again.
Yeah, that's something that I haven't tried to do is freestyle just off the top. There you go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, okay, so I like the freestyle, but I'm way better at writing, if that makes sense. Like, I don't mind freestyling, but it's nowhere near as cool as my written rhymes are going to be. I'm just not,
Yeah.
you know? And the reason I'm so good at freestyling is because I freestyled in prison all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the thing people do is just sit around and freestyle in prison. And that's why, like, in Beast, I say only white boy in the prison cipher. Like, at this one yard I was at, like, everybody knew I could rap. And, like, whenever cats would start rapping, like, new guys would always come into this yard because it was a minimum. And, like, there'd always be, like, a bunch of black dudes come in and they start rapping. And everybody would be like, hey, go get Knuckles, go get Knuckles. Somebody come get me. And I come down, everybody would be like, the new guys would be like, what the hell? Who is this dude? You know what I mean? And then as soon as I step up, I'd be like, yeah, I'm about to wreck the game. You go respect the name. You know what I mean? Like, they'd be like, oh, the white boy can spit. You know, like, so, like, it's always, and that's my thing, like, and that's why I always say, like, I'm not a guest in hip hop. Like, I've always been big on that too. Like, that shit's one of those things I'm big on. Like, I grew up here, man. You can't tell me I don't belong here just because I'm not black. You know what I mean? Like, I pay homage to all of the people who made hip hop, but at this point in time, I belong here just as much as anyone else, you know what I mean? And so I make sure of that. And I've always liked proving I can rap. I have no problem proving I can rap. You know what I mean? I will step up anytime, anywhere, anytime someone's like, spit. I'm like, okay, I got that. I could do that any day. You know, let's do that.
See, I'd just be like, thinking of some bars that I've written that I haven't put on anything yet real quick.
Well, and you know, sometimes I'll just spit a written, maybe some old verse from some battle or something, you know, whatever it is. Like, I'm never afraid to rap. I'm never afraid to get in front of somebody and rap. Just like I'm never afraid to get on a stage. You know, a lot of people have like public speaking issues and stuff like that. I don't give a shit. I'll get in front of it. And I think prison did that. Like, I've been butt ass naked in front of 1,000 people. You know what I mean? Like, It is what it is. You know, I've been strip searched and had guards look at my butthole after I visited my mom and dad. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I've been at the bottom. You ain't gonna tell me, you can't make me feel any sort of way because I'm standing on this stage. I'm happy to be standing on this stage. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like people get nervous and stuff. I just don't. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. People can hate on me all day. I don't care. Like nothing bothers me, bro. Like I'm happy. I got a home. I got a job. I got money in my pocket. I got food in the fridge. Like nothing else bothers me. You can hate on me all day long. I don't care. You know what I mean? It just don't matter at this point. I'm just gonna keep working. You know, like I said, I'm gonna keep working until somebody notices me, gives me an opportunity. And when I get that one shot, I'm gonna Eminem that shit and destroy it. You know what I mean? Like, give me one shot, dude. I'm gonna destroy it.
I preach that to my kids in sports right now. That's what they're big into.
Right.
Cool. And I tell them, you know, when you get the opportunity, you have to blow up.
Crush that shit.
Yeah.
Crush it. You're only gonna get one. You might get two. You're probably only gonna get one.
Yeah, but you don't know when it's coming.
Nope.
And you got to be ready. And you know, here, a small town, I live in a town of 950.
Okay.
And last names are big, and
Sure. Y'all know each other. Y'all got one school?
Yeah. Our town has our own high school, and there's another high school in the county. But we've only,
okay. So there's two.
Yeah, we've only got
County.
like 2,500 people in the county total. But it's a
Okay.
county.
Okay. So y'all are the bigger town in the county.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I tell
Do you have
my,
a Walmart?
Huh?
Do you have a Walmart?
Oh shit, no.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know. I was just
We're 54 miles from the closest Walmart, 20 miles from the closest McDonald's.
really.
Yeah, we have a Dairy Queen.
Oh, wow! I love Dairy Queen. That's what's up. Yeah, okay. I like Dairy Queen though.
But I tell my kids, if you want to start, if you want to be out there making a difference in the game, you have to be so good at what you do that it's impossible for the coaches to ignore you.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And you have to remove all doubt.
Yeah.
And they listen about that sometimes, you know.
Well, you just got to keep pressing it though, because you got to understand that when you were their age, you didn't listen either. That's the thing. My wife is always like, "Yo, our kids are so fucking stupid. They don't listen." And I'm like, I didn't either. Just keep telling them, bro. Eventually it'll click. You know what I mean? Like she be getting frustrated, and I'm like, because she was a great kid, you know, like she was amazing, and I was a dumbass. You know what I mean? So I'm like, no, just keep going. Eventually they'll get it when they're 30. You know?
My wife is like, I didn't go to college. My wife graduated college as a chemist, started teaching at a private school that decided that's what she liked to do. She was teaching like physical science, chemistry, biology, and then she was teaching calculus and trigonometry and all these things.
Right.
That was at a private school. Well, then she decided she wanted to teach as her career, so she had to go back to school to get a teaching degree. So she went back and got a teaching degree for physics, went back and got it for chemistry. And now so she's a high school teacher up here, and
Right.
she's the one who grew up with all of her ducks in a row. Whereas me, I was like, as long as I can just kind of get through the day, I'm good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how I always felt too. Like, yeah, and it's the same way. We just didn't grow up the same. Like she never ran the streets and didn't, you know, like she got married when she was like barely 18 or something, and was pregnant when she was like 17. You know, so her biggest mistake was like she had sex. My biggest mistake was drug dealing and pulling guns on people, and you know what I mean? Like I grew up gang banging, you know, like that was just dumb.
My brother and I and the only thing I can say is it must have been just out of boredom and
Boredom here.
listening to the music I was. We basically started, Kitten said, I still have sex.
Yes, love.
But we didn't mean to start a gang, but that's like what it was on its way to.
Right.
Because it was
out of boredom.
It was a group of like me and my brother and our buddies, and we would go and shoplift from from stores like Rite Aid, which is like a pharmacy that sells a bunch of stuff. But we'd go and we'd shoplift boxes of cigars, condoms. We'd steal beer from grocery stores and then go sell it out of our truck.
That's crazy.
And we didn't like. We did it, but it's not like we were making any huge money out of it because most people are like, hell no, I'm not going to buy some condoms out of your trunk. You know?
Right.
But cash wheels on. What up, Johnny?
That's great.
But and we decided to come up with this name. We were King Don. Like the hostess thing, right? But
that's what's up.
doing good, Johnny. But that's what we just came up with. And
What up,
it was Don. Kitten said, "What's a condom?"
Okay, love. Shh.
I think she's starting to become funny. We'll just say she's starting to become funny.
She's still sitting in the room. I'm sure she's not drinking.
But I was like that's why I say it was just out of boredom.
Yeah. I get it too, and that's part of the reason that I think kids need something to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, period. If you don't, you start. I mean, I'm not saying everybody starts a gang like you did. You know what I mean?
I said we started a gang, but it was. I mean, it was like 5 guys trying to sell.
It's a gang, though. It's more than 3.
Don't tell Homeland Security.
Mm-hmm.
But like we used to
Exactly
tag
right.
everything, bro.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, I mean, we got into it, you know, like I said, like I was like the country white boy, and like, you know, I had like Wranglers growing up and stuff, and then like when I got to like a certain age, when it was like, well, hell, this isn't cool. Everybody around me is like got like starter jackets and like, you know, they're all being cool. You know, it's like 5th or 6th grade, and I was like, well, I want to be cool too. I need some Nikes and like, so, you know, so it was like, that was when I got into hip hop. You know what I mean? Basically, you know, so I went from like being country to hip hop because my mom and dad were both really country. So that was when I kind of got into hip hop. Same kind of deal, like, and then from there went to like joining a gang and being stupid and selling drugs. And you know what I mean? Like I started smoking weed when I was 13. I was selling and then like doing meth by the time I was 15. And like I'm sure you're from this area, so you know, like I'm the reason for laws here in Oklahoma, like anhydrous ammonia laws and things like that. Like laws around pseudoephedrine. It's not a joke though. Like you're laughing, but I'm not kidding. Like me and my friends are literally the reason for legislature here in Oklahoma, 100%, bro. You know what I mean? Like straight up, like we were like, and I didn't understand, like, and that's why, like, I literally shot a music video today about addiction. You know what I mean? About meth, because like I didn't understand. I was a kid. There was no meth epidemic. I'm the start of the meth epidemic. You know what I mean? So like in junior high, even I could get meth. And in high school, bro, I could get a plug because my best friend's older brother, his girlfriend's dad was a dope cook. You know what I mean? So I had a direct plug to ounces of meth, bro. You know what I mean? In high school, like this was crazy. Like, so like I was a terrible, terrible kid. Like just from that point on, you know what I mean? It's just I didn't know. You know what I mean? I just had no idea. It was just one of those. We didn't know what the ramifications were, you know? So that's why now when I tell my kids stuff and I'm like, yo, don't do drugs because it's stupid. You know what I mean? Like, there's no moderation. I always tell my kids, like, everything is fine in moderation. You want to have a couple glasses of whiskey? That's fine. Do it in moderation. You know what I mean? Drink too much whiskey, that's a problem. Certain things can't be done in moderation. Murder, meth, you know what I mean? Like, there's just a couple things you can't moderate. You know what I mean?
Leroy Biggs just got on and heard you talking, and he said, ounces of meth. Sounds like home.
That's my guy, though. You know what I mean?
Hey, he's on here. I'm going to play No Handouts.
Okay, go ahead. Play that shit.
All right, so here we go. No Handouts.
No handouts.
Knuckles featuring Leroy Biggs.
That's my dude.
Here we go.
I love Leroy, man. He's hilarious.
Oh, dude,
He's the funniest thing. He should do a fucking comedy show instead of rapping.
You ever watch his deal with DJ?
Yeah, bad management. Yeah, all the time.
I was baptized in that good water. Papa Holy Ghost in a trap house. I want to go to my forefather. Go get the cheese and keep the rats out. Can I coach your mile and I'm going farther. Keep running till I pass out. I want it all, so I'm going harder. Cause I was taught there's no handouts. No handouts. Nothing in life has been given to me, but several things I've taken. America's still the land of the free. Don't never get it mistaken. Cause even when freedom was taken from me and I was alone and naked, I feel like a man on my own 2 feet where most people just wouldn't make it. I've always been real, no faking, but inside my soul is faking. I feel there's no transformation. I'm just an abomination. Been trapping across the nation. Excuse me, rapping across the nation. Who's Knuckles is on the station. Truly, greetings and salutations. Ooh wee, I'm nasty with it. Like a mag sitting inside a casket, fitted with a fancy ribbon of dripping on the hands of visage. Bring hard bars like I'm back in prison. Keep it action packed like a Packer scrimmage or a crash collision. This is a fact that it's actually written on every single track that my ass is spit. I was baptized in that creek water. Call the Holy Ghost in a trap house. I learned to make my forefather. Go get the cheese and keep the rats out. Can't a country mile and I'm going farther. Keep running till I pass out. I want it all, so I'm going harder. Cause I was taught there's no handouts. No handouts, no handouts. Why you
Yeah, I still like this song because this is a Leroy Big song to me.
Straight to it, I'ma keep moving. Underground, independent music. Penny pinching with no budget. Got it out the mud with no smudges. Oh, brother.
I really like Leroy, man. One of my favorites right now.
Handouts, do you understand? Bury my money, fuck Uncle Sam. Roll deep like the Taliban. All the roadies think I'm the man. My backstory get kinda gory. A lot of sleep deprived that morning. Stay gone, had to make money. All the clients used to ask for it. My final form hit so proper. Just had a visit with the witch doctor. Got more soul than a lot of y'all. Bigger heart and bigger balls. Climb further for a longer fall. To the top, passing all of y'all. Still swerving, I'm feeling good and didn't touch on my own too, no handouts. Matter of fact, fuck all of y'all. What's that?
I love that song.
Hey, me too. That's why I said that's a Leroy Big song to me, so I still like that one.
I still like that one because Leroy's on it. I hate my verse, but Leroy can't act.
Leroy, hey, and it's funny too, cause like, listen, so like my wife is really, really critical of everything, bro. Like, especially if I'm gonna spend money on something, like she's critical of something, or if like I'm inviting someone on a track or anything, she's just critical of everything. And she was like, she doesn't know anyone, nobody, bro, barely. Like she barely knows like Church and Adam, you know what I mean? So I was like, all right.
When she didn't like Yellow Wolf song, I was.
Well, she liked that. I know, bro. She liked the song. She liked the video, and I was like, all right, whatever. It's fine. That's why I was like, I've got a disclaimer on her shit. But I was like, yo, I want to get this dude Leroy Biggs on the track, and she was like, well, let me hear some music. And I let her hear a couple things. She was like, what is this? Just some fucking redneck way out in the goddamn sticks?
Yes.
And I was like, well, yeah. I was like, kind of. I was like, I really like the kid though, man. Like I was like, and here's my biggest thing. He's pushing his ass off right now.
Oh,
He's the person I want to do a song with. 2021 is going to be huge for Leroy Biggs, bro. You know what I mean? Right. I want a song with him because let me tell you something. I missed out on 2 people, man, and it really sucks. Okay, I could have had a song with Jaron Benton way back before Jaron Benton blew up with Funk Volume, okay? And I missed out on it, passed on it. It was cheap, bro, super cheap, but I missed out. And then I missed out on a fucking song with Joyner Lucas. I was going to get Joyner Lucas to come here and do a fucking show and a feature for $3,500, bro. And he was just starting to blow up with his song Backwards. I don't remember if you remember that shit. He raps a verse forward and then he raps the whole verse backwards. And the verse backwards creates a whole different verse. The way that the words sit together. It's amazing. You should look it up. He's rapping on a basketball court. I just happened to see it. It was going kind of viral on Facebook. You know what I mean? Like maybe 1 million views or something. And like, but I had caught into it and I just happened to be friends with his manager on Facebook, bro, at that time. You know, just some white dude up in fucking Maryland or Massachusetts, I think it was. Mm-hmm. And dude was like $3,500. And I was like, man, I'm just concerned I couldn't get enough people to come to the show to make my money back. You know what I mean? And that was my biggest concern at the time. So I passed on it. You know, I had a little bit of money. I could have even did it. And now I'm like, oh my God, the dude got a song with Eminem. You know what I mean? Like, ah. My wife always does that. She'll grab me occasionally and be like, you missed out on a song with Joyner Lucas. I'm like, chill out, stop.
Yeah.
But it's true, you know, so, and that's how I felt with Leroy. I was like, yo, listen, Leroy has talked to me. We talked on Instagram. I hit him up. he's interested. We do the track. You know what I mean? I don't want to miss. I was like, what's up? We trying to work or not? I was like, and she was like, well, let me, again. And I was like, and then she heard like one or two. She's like, all right, go ahead, whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? So, and again, I feel like he is someone this year that's going to push super hard, bro, super hard. So that's why I came up with the idea. What am I going to do a song about? No handouts, bro. We're out here working. You know what I mean? His ass is on the stage constantly. You know what I mean? Like constantly. He out there constantly. Him and Carly both.
And if it weren't for COVID, 2020 would have been Leroy's year.
I agree, because Church would have been out there more, which means Leroy would have been out there more. You know what I mean? And I agree. And I always tell people, I'm like, man, the reason Leroy hasn't blown up yet is because Church isn't touring the way that he should be because of COVID. You know what I mean? And that's just the nature of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's the same. But I will tell you that COVID kind of has been a blessing in disguise for me, because I have such a large social media following, especially on Facebook. And a lot of people that would normally be touring, they're not. They're at home. And I've developed relationships with a lot of these dudes. You know what I mean? Like, and I've got a lot of features coming out, man, with a lot of artists that I've only developed a relationship with them because they've been at home trying to figure out how social media works.
Right.
Fuck, I already know how social media works. I don't know how touring works. I've never been on tour, bro. You know, like, I'm trying to learn that shit when we get it back released, you know? So I've been able to give them a lot of information. And in return, I've garnered a couple features I've got coming, and I've gained, like, some people who've been like, yeah, as soon as this opens back up, like, I'm going to Wisconsin at the end of March. I'm supposed to go to Kentucky. I'm going to Tennessee. Like I got people inviting me out now. I got people wanting me to come to Nashville. You know what I mean? Like, I've made these connections only because of COVID, because these cats are at home. If they were on the road still, I wouldn't have made these connections. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's been a dual-edged sword in a way. You know what I mean? It's negative and a positive, I guess,
Yeah, I get that. It's really shown, COVID has shown what the internet
Can do. Yeah, is capable of. Yeah.
I mean, the internet is such a powerful thing, and it's got a lot of horrible things that come with it.
Well, obviously, everything does.
But a lot of amazing things that comes with it too. It's a world change. It's a world changing thing when the internet came out, and we probably still don't understand the ramifications totally.
Yeah, that's an interesting thought, that we don't know what the future of the internet looks like. You know, we're about to go to the point where we're gonna have internet everywhere, like everything. There'll be satellites, so we'll be on the internet anywhere, anytime, no matter what. You know what I mean? Because there's still places in the world right now that don't have internet. You know what I mean? But within 10 years, that won't be the case. Everything will be on the internet. And shit like, because I'm in IT, so I understand things like IP addresses and stuff, and like shit like refrigerators was never supposed to be on the internet, bro. But now we have refrigerators that get on the internet. You know what I mean? It's just the nature of things. More and more devices are going to get on the internet. More and more things are going to have connectivity to the internet.
Oh,
yeah. More data, everything's going to be fucking connected to the internet. You'll have glasses eventually, bro, that'll be connected to the internet. You'll be able to look at fucking Instagram right there in your eye. You know what I mean? Like, we're heading towards that. You know what I mean? So the connections and shit that we're making now is just going to continue further,
Yeah, absolutely. It's just the connection ability is what has, to me, in 2020, I mean, everybody knew the internet before COVID, but just look at schools. My wife's a high school teacher.
Right. Yeah, remote learning. Yeah, us too.
Nowadays are going to be non-existent ever again.
Right. Yeah, okay, so that's funny you say that. My kids got a snow day this year, and they made it a virtual learning day. And I said, no, I know you guys aren't going to go to school tomorrow either. You can do your schoolwork tomorrow. Today you have a snow day. And sure enough, it happened. They canceled the second day too. But I let my kids the first day go outside and just make snow angels and roll around. Because I was like, man, it sucked. Because that's literally what happened. They got a virtual day. That's the lamest shit ever, bro. You remember like waiting. You remember watching the news in the morning and waiting for and then when they said that, it was like a celebration, dude. Like, oh,
And it's amazing how little kids can become politicians instantly because they're like, how looking out the window, there's so much snow. How come they haven't called school off yet? You know what I mean? They're getting pissed. And they're like 10 years old, wanting to take on the school board, you know?
It's hilarious. But they're outside with picket signs.
We should not be in school. We
That's
should not.
hilarious.
But see, out here, you know, well, I'm sure it's the same in Oklahoma. The weather changes so fast, and you never know if it's right when they forecast a lot of snow.
Oh, no, never.
And so there's times here, like, they'll be like, no, we're having school. And then by noon, the storm actually comes in. We're like, yep, sorry, never mind. We're going to cut it short, send everybody home now.
I hate that, too.
Yeah. So let's talk about the country rap game.
Okay.
The genre, like where it is now and where let's talk about where we see it going in the future.
Okay, so man, I don't know. So currently, I don't know. I guess there's some diss songs that are flying around. There's a lot of hate right now. Like, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of beef. I guess there's always been beef, and that's hip hop, you know. And so it's spilled over into country rap. And a lot of people in country rap don't want to see. So it's like two camps, and is the way I see it. There's two camps. There's the camp that came from hip hop to country rap. They think beef is okay because beef and hip hop's okay.
It's kind of a natural.
It's a natural thing. Then there's the camp that came from country, from like outlawish country to country rap. They don't think it's okay because in country everyone gets along. You do barn raisins and stuff like that. Country folk take care of their own. You know, it's a love thing. So they don't understand the beef. So it's like two camps back and forth right now in country rap. And this is the fan base and the artists both. You know what I mean? Because there's some artists you could literally write a diss track about them right now and they would not say a word. It doesn't matter. You could some of these people you could literally punch in the face and that's not their vibe, man. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. You're not going to make them, you punching them in the face wouldn't make them feel any sort of way because that's not what they respect anyway. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But they would look down upon you probably because violence isn't what they expect or because country is about feeling good and things like that. So there's two vibes, you know what I mean? And it's really hard. And I always tell my wife this too, because most of my family's black. And so like, I'm the one country rapper that never waves rebel flags because all my cousins are half black. So we don't have rebel flags around here, bro. You know what I mean? That's because it doesn't mean what it does in some places. In Tennessee, it doesn't mean the same thing it does here. You know what I mean? So I've never been that person. I'm not racist. I don't give a shit who does what because I believe in the freedom of speech and I don't care. It's even some of my cousins who are black have rebel flags and shit's weird, you know, like whatever. I just never have been that person. So that's never been my thing. My thing has always been you either like my music or you don't. You know what I mean? I don't have a political vibe. I'm not saying I'm not a conservative because I am, but I'm not big political guy, so I'm not vocal, you know what I mean? But I am a Christian, you know, but again, I'm not vocal on that either. Like I don't push anything onto people. I present things and give them the opportunity to ingest it. So because of that, I feel like I've only gotten to a certain level, you know what I mean? So I'm hoping to change that this year, I guess, you know what I mean? I don't know. So country rap as a genre, I feel like is split because like half want it to be more like the rap game and they're cool with beef and drama and diss tracks and I guess even battling I would say I would have to put in there, you know, so I'd have to be on that side in a way because I'm fine with diss tracks, I'm fine with battling. I swear if anybody says Knuckles' name, I'm going to respond within 24 hours. Like I guarantee you. Like and the shit that I lay down will be personal, bro. Like I will guarantee you. I will say a couple things that will make you want to punch me in the mouth. It's just what you're supposed to do to hip hop.
That's,
you know what I mean?
the name of the game.
Right. But at the same time, I am never going to go out of my way. I do great business. I have no beef with anyone. And I always say this because people always come to me in my inbox and shit. You know, I have a lot of country rappers in my inbox because I'm decently sized. And like, so they're always like, I'm like, yo, I have no beef with anyone because I've never been on tour. A lot of this beef shit between these dudes has all come from tour shit. You know what I mean? Doing different shows. You know what I mean? And I've never been on tour, so I've never done these shows. So I haven't met these people in real life. So I don't know them. I don't have beef with them. So I have no open beef with anyone. But at the same time, I'm not going to avoid shit if it ever comes my way because I like to battle and I like that shit. You know what I mean? So And I feel that I am the absolute, like, I am the split in country rap because I can go either way. And some of the fans are like, they hate the beef and they just want everyone to get along. And then some of the fans love that shit. And they're like, you know, fuck Hozier. And, you know, like they live on that shit. You know what I mean? Like some of the fans live on that shit. And then some of the fans are like, yo, Adam's whack because he should just get along and we should forgive and forget and blah, blah, blah. You know, and I'm like, I don't care. It's whatever. You know what I mean? My thing is I just want to put out good music. Yeah. And I wish all of us to continue to put out good music. Because like I said, 5 years ago when I made my diss track about hip hop, very few fucking people were putting out good music. I named some of the people in the song, you know, fucking Ryan Upchurch, Moccasin Creek. You know, I named some people that at that time, Yellow that I thought were putting out good country rap. And everyone else I thought sucked. A lot of motherfuckers were just talking, like not even rapping. There was no rhythm. There was just, they just happened to maybe know some people in Nashville or fuck, I don't know. You know what I mean? There was a lot of garbage at that time. I feel like it's cleaned up a lot. I feel Adam had a big part in that because he started calling motherfuckers out like, yo. And I said that too. Like, I just happen to be country. Rap is what it's all about. You know what I mean? Like, half you so-soft country rappers should just probably shut your mouths. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the way it is. Like, I said that shit because that shit just, if you can't rap, then why are you rapping? I can't sing, so I don't sing. Mm-hmm. You know, so I feel like as a genre, I don't know, man. We'll see. I guess that's my answer for 2021 is that we'll see because I want us to get along. I truly believe in that because I'm a stock market guy and I believe in the market cap. Okay, and I want some more money. I'd like more fans. I'd like more views. I'd like more everything. I mean, not even selfishly, like. I just want that. I mean, obviously, why else am I putting out music, right? I want more. So the only way, if we can increase country rap as a whole, and we get more people listening to country rap as a whole, well, then I'll have more fans. You'll have more fans. We'll all have more fans. It's just like a stock. If more people invest in GameStop, well, hell, GameStop's market cap gets bigger. Yeah, that's what I said, GameStop. Right, but I mean, it's the truth, right? If more people listen to country rap, then more people listen to all of our music.
I tried to buy GameStop one morning. Like when I found out what was going on, I was like, "Oh,
I gotta get in on this, right?"
The day they stopped selling it.
Oh, me too.
The day that I was trying to buy it, and I was like, "Damn!"
That's funny. And yeah, and if you had wrote it out, you would have got a little bit. You know what I mean? Now it's dropped, and I don't know what's gonna happen with that, but.
So I bought Tesla instead.
Well, Tesla's still good, bro. Tesla's going to the moon. Don't worry about Tesla.
Hey, you want to know why I bought Tesla? Because freaking what's that crypt keeper looking bitch from California? She's the House Majority Leader, Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah. She bought like millions of dollars worth of it right after Biden announced that he was going to make all federal vehicles electric vehicles.
Oh, right. So then you bought Tesla.
And so I was like, hold up. I'll put my measly cents in here and let it ride. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, Tesla, I believe that as far as electric cars go, Tesla's where it's at. You know what I mean? Like 100%. Like Elon's got it figured out. So this is the first year they've ever posted a profit, like for a full year. Like this year. So you've got to know a good year. This is the first year that Tesla's ever posted a profit.
Really?
And I'm not even hugely invested in the stock market right now, but I have been in the past. And at cryptocurrency too in the past, you know, I made a little money there and got out. But like, I still follow everything because I believe that shit is the current of the heartbeat of America, if you will. You know what I mean? And I work for, I don't want to say the company, but I work in the oil industry. Let's just say that, you know what I mean? So like, our company is a Fortune 200 company, so we're one of the top 200 companies in the world. So I'll watch the stock market because that shit affects my life. You know what I mean? Like the price of oil affects my life. Like oil could crash and I could be laid off. And I know because it's happened before. You know what I mean?
Right. It happens out here all the time, dude.
Yeah. And that's why I went back to school. And that's kind of how I got into IT where I'm at now is because of an oil crash. Because I used to be an assistant production manager. So I was in production instead of computers. You know what I mean? Like, but I've been in oil for about 10 years, you know, I'm from Oklahoma, but it was we got, you know what I mean? So I'm a big, and that's why I say I'm a registered independent, but I always consider myself a conservative, you know what I mean?
Great.
I don't get to vote and shit. You know what I mean? My vote is pointless. But hey, this year is
Hold on.
the first year I
Grace.
ever got to vote since I got out of prison, because you had to wait 10 years and shit. You know what I mean, to get my voter rights back. So I just got them back. You know what I mean? So, but I was a registered independent before I went into prison, because I don't believe in the two-party system. That's the biggest thing. Now, I always find myself voting conservative because I have conservative values. We give too much money to other countries, and there's lots of things. But I'm liberal on a lot of things too. I don't care if homosexuals get married, because if they want to torture themselves the same way I torture myself with my wife, well, more power to them. You know what I mean? Like, I have no problem with that. You want to be equally yoked with that ball and chain, go for it, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. Like, that doesn't bother me. So that's why I'm an independent. But I wish we had more than two choices is my thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, I got to let you know, Graves said Chevrolet is the heartbeat of America, sir. And then your wife responded with, I am the heartbeat of America, sir.
She just messaged me too, and she's telling me to shush. So I don't know what I said, but apparently I've had one too many drinks and said something that she didn't like. So.
Well, we are actually close to the end of our time together.
Yeah?
And
It went quick.
Bro, it was awesome talking to you, and I will definitely have you on again. I want to
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I want to dive more into the Facebook side, because that's one of the things that I know I've been lacking on.
Well, me and you, bro, just need to get away from online, and I can give you some tips, bro. That's my biggest thing. I guess I'm going to start. I need to do some videos and stuff about how to do better at Facebook, I guess. I could probably help some people, you know?
Yeah. That'd be awesome. But Knuckles, thank you so much for being on here. I love your music. I
appreciate it.
I absolutely love watching your wife do her videos, because her personality, bro.
Yeah, she's funny, bro.
But
I love her.
you're awesome. Everything you stand for is awesome, and you stick to what you stand for. And I've seen videos of you doing shows outside with a bunch of kids dancing in front of the.
Wow, that's funny. Yeah, dude, I have.
I love that. I love
to be good for the kids and stuff, man.
You're on the videos, and it's awesome. So I really appreciate you coming on.
Hey, man, for sure. I appreciate what you're doing, bro.
I'm just wanting to. Well, the way I see it is, what do I wish someone had told me a year and a half ago? And that's what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get people on that can
tell someone.
Yeah, that can kind of talk about it.
Yeah, I get it, bro. I think you're doing a great job so far. Like, I've been watching your videos. I mean, obviously, you know.
And I've got big plans.
Me too.
I'm gonna start using OBS instead of Instagram Live. I'm gonna stream live on like YouTube and Facebook and all that. I'm learning how to use OBS now, so my audio is gonna be better. The video interaction is gonna be better, and I'm excited about it.
I'll come back.
I'm learning a lot. But you'll definitely be back on, bro. Thank you for jumping on here.
Yeah, for sure, man. I appreciate you having me.
Knuckles, look him up. I think on YouTube, you're Knuckles Rap
TV. Knuckles Rap TV on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah.
Instagram and Facebook are both Knuckles Rap, right?
Yeah, Knuckles Rap on everything else. Yeah.
Check him out. Get on there. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Do all that stuff for him. Do all that stuff also for me. You know what's frustrating is I have like almost 500 followers on Instagram, but I've only got 156 on YouTube.
So you know what's really frustrating? I have 200,000 on Facebook and only 3,000 on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, this is the thing. I understand the nature of, like, I got 10,000 on Instagram. It's like, I understand. That's why I'm saying I know the difference between different social media platforms work differently, man. I know how to work YouTube or Facebook. Memes work super well on Facebook. Other things, I just never figured out the formula, bro. You know what I mean? Like, not the way I have on Facebook, you know?
Yeah.
I can meme shit all day, bro. I mean, I could get 1 million shares on Facebook, literally. Like, literally, I've had things with like 1 million likes, 1 million shares. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, straight up memes and shit. You know what I mean? And but people think you're still cool from a meme, and they may listen to your music later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, hey,
Well,
I was just trying to grow.
it's another way to funnel people to where you want them to go.
That's right. If you go look at Charlie Farley's page, bro, Charlie Farley posts all kinds of memes and stuff all the time. Like he makes quotes and like inspirational shit. You know what I mean?
Huh.
Like Justin Orrick.
Yeah. It always comes back to Justin Orrick, man.
Right? That fucking guy needs to give me a job.
I thought that, and they, you say that just like they would in Illinois, calling everybody guy. That fucking guy.
That fucking guy.
Come on, guy.
Come on, guy. That's funny. Yeah, man. Those are the only people I'd sign with right now. Unless Church decided to make a label, you know what I mean? Like, I would fuck with Adam. Nobody else, though. You know what I mean? Like, their business isn't there. It's not that I don't like the music or whatever. It's just the business isn't there, and I need the business to be right. You know what I mean? So.
And that's why when I got Orrick on there, I was hoping I would get 30 minutes out of Orrick, right?
Right.
And he talked for 2 hours, and it's all
solid. I know, bro. I watched the whole thing, and gone back and looked at all your little tidbits that you've been dropping. Like,
yeah, and I need to do better about that. I've only got a couple on there with Orrick, couple from Domain, and I'm going to do the same with all of them. You know, I'll cut this one up and do that too. I just got to get better at it, and then at some point I got to find time to make music. Hey, do you want to hear a badass beat that I'm working on right now?
Yeah.
I'm not working on the beat. I'm working on writing to this beat.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, I still want to hear it.
Oh,
It didn't change anything, but.
All right. So this is what I'm writing to right now. I've got, I think, 5 or 6 songs produced by Scattered Brains.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out Scattered Brains.
And this is one of them. Hold up. Let me get this right. Let me turn it up. Gotta get the volume.
Pump it up.
All right, here we go. This beat is so badass, dude.
Yeah, that's nice.
BS.
You haven't recorded to it yet?
So that's the beat I'm working on. I'm writing to now.
Okay, so you haven't recorded anything to it yet. You just started writing to it. Oh,
No.
okay.
Writing to it. But
Okay.
see, I've had these beats for a while.
Yeah, that's fire.
I've written.
I can hear it coming from the other room. My wife's listening to it.
I've written enough bars to put this song out 4 times.
Really?
But it's one of those
Never
things
satisfied.
I'm like, because the beat is so hard, I'm like, no, your bars have to, like, you can't have a badass beat and then your bars suck.
So whenever I'm stuck on a beat, I'll rock the chorus first. That forces me to lock in on it. You know what I mean? Because I know that the chorus, because I'm just like you, I could change my bars all day long, but a hook, it kind of delves in. You know what I mean? And it lives right there on the beat. You know what I mean? Because I'm like you, I could rewrite my bars all day long, and I'll go back and rewrite portions of verses as I'm writing, but the hook, it just kind of lives in the beat. You know what I mean? So maybe that's what you need to do. Write a hook to it.
That's what I'm doing is I'm listening. I've got it, I just use GarageBand for my DAW and
yeah.
And I've got it arranged. And so what I'll do, like I saved the chorus section and I have it set up where it'll play over and over. And then I downloaded, emailed it to my phone. And then I'll just listen. That's all I'm doing right now is just listening to the chorus section, trying to come up with that hook and that, that sounds like
it feels good.
That beat, and then I'll write the verses after that once I come up with the hook.
Yeah. The hook is where, because I've tried to, I'm like you, I tried to write to shit the first time and I'm like, scratch that, throw it away. The hook's where it's at though to start. Yeah, for sure. That shit's fire though, man. Scatterbrains is fire, bro.
Dude.
Really fire.
Yeah. crazy. All right, bro. Next week I've got Austin Foreman coming on.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm gonna stop by, dude. I love him. I want to get him on a hook someday, man.
Yeah.
Like that kid, man. He's fucking got some really good pipes on him, bro. Really good. So Johnny Cashville's his manager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was on. Johnny Cashville was on here, and he was asking me when I was going to interview him, and I was like, I had to stop after March. Once I had March 6th booked, I was like, all right, I'm going to have to wait because I didn't want to be like, oh, can you be interviewed on this Saturday in June? You know?
Yeah, right. How about next 2022? Uncle Turtle's booked up like the Apollo, bro.
I've got to figure out because it surprised me how many people were just saying yes. I mean, everybody.
Sure.
I messaged a bunch of people. Was like, hey, I'm doing this, and I just basically put them on the dates in the order they said they could do it on. And then I was like, hold on, everybody's saying yes, I got to stop. So I'm going to do a few more. And then once I get this OBS thing figured out, I'm hoping that my first interview with everything fixed the way I want it to be is going to be with Broadnax.
Oh yeah, that's my dude. You know, that's my dream feature right now, man. But like 3 or 4 people keep telling me they can plug me in with him, but I'm not a begging motherfucker. You know what I mean? I'm a no handouts kind of guy. So I'm just trying to figure out if my wife just said I take handouts from the other room, but because I just really want to feature from John Broadnax, man. I've been following that dude for quite some time before he started blowing up. Like I love his style, man. So yeah, you get him on. I'll be here in the comment section fanboying out, bro.
And that's what I already have thought about. I was like, you know, it's probably going to happen in a month and a half or something. And I'm already telling myself, don't fanboy.
Right. Yeah, bro. Yeah. I like Pawpaw, man.
All right, man.
Okay, brother.
Talk to you. Thanks.
Yeah, man.
Next time I have you on, your wife's going to have to be more of a prominent role. And because I think some of the shit she'd have to say when she's been drinking will be.
Oh, she's fun to have on. I'm gonna have her on. I'm actually on the Miranda Monday show next Monday, and she's gonna go on with me because it's Valentine's. It's the Valentine's episode of her show, so we're gonna go on together to do it. You know, because it'd be fun as a couple.
And plug your Thursday thing. Tell everybody about that.
Just go on Facebook and type in the word Knuckles, and I'm the one with the blue check mark. And every Thursday at 9:00, me and my wife go live and get drunk and talk to people. Sometimes I have guests, and I'm gonna start having rappers this year as guests too. I just haven't got there yet, so I'm like you. I'm trying to get things in order. So, but it's fun. We have a great time.
I always have to watch them the next day because I get up for work at 3:30 every morning.
All right. Yeah.
All right, bro. Thank you so much.
Okay, for sure, brother.
We'll do
Have
it.
a good one, man.
Knuckles Rap, representing Oklahoma. You need to go pay attention to him. Got them cowboy boots and shorts, bitch.
That's right. We're about to get it this year.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye.